Gap years are usually full of wonderful things that we can do. We can travel the world, we can volunteer at different locations, we can go out, socialize with people, and really explore ourselves. But the gap year these years has been really difficult because of the pandemic. And what could one possibly do when they're stuck at home, confined in old four quarters? How can we actually find value in gap year? That's what we're going to tell you in this video. Recently, in How Real Life Works podcast, we have taken a new intern, Kathy, who is currently going through a gap year. Together with Andrej, we three of us brainstormed 7 tips that hopefully can help you make the best use out of your gap year in the pandemic. We bring tips that you can do while you're confined at home, and also that's going to have long-lasting effect. That's going to be beneficial for you no matter you end up working or if you choose to study in university. Welcome to our channel, How Real Life Works. This is the channel where we share all the stuff that the school doesn't teach you.
What's up, everyone? We are here, the cast of How Real Life Works, me and Anny, and together we have today a guest speaker. We have Kathy, and we're bringing you 7 tips what to do in your gap year.
In the pandemic.
Tip number 1 from me, don't be lazy. Gap year is not for you to, sleep until 10 a.m., then get McDonald's, watch Twitch all day, because you're going to lose momentum. All the time until gap year, you'll be learning something. So now don't lose that learning momentum. Think about what you can learn, what you can practice, what you can be doing. Because once you go back to the university or you go to your first job, you don't want to lose that momentum. So you want to be active, proactive, keep learning, keep pushing your limits.
And tip number 2 related to that is you should figure out how you learn best. Everyone learns a little bit differently. Some people learn by visual, some people learn by listening to stuff, and some really need to write it down or practice in person. So this is the time, you have a time kind of like a year, so you can throughout different projects that you're trying this year, or like different people, different things you come up with, maybe even like you can practice your old subjects from high school, but just figure out which learning method works for you the best, is going to be helpful down the line, no matter you end up in a job or going into university.
Okay, so my third tip is having a hobby project or so-called a passion project. So basically just have a project that you're really committed and what is about what you're really passionate about. So say if you like cooking, then make a project about cooking 3 meals per week for your family. Or if you like writing, then have some writing website or movie reviews website, some kind of sort. That way you can learn really small stuff along the way, and you may also know what is it like to be really doing that particular job and doing that particular work.
Tip number 4 for me is incorporate new routines in your life. FYI, you will be using routines for the rest of your life. So if you build good routines early on, you're going to benefit from them for the rest of your life. And what especially I want you to focus on is your spiritual life or your mental well-being. Don't think about, let's say, meditation or yoga only once you get into the trouble, once you start working a job 9 to 5 and you're too stressed. Think about developing this healthy routines early on once you have the time, because it only takes 5 to 10 minutes a day to start meditating. But once you have that routine fixed in yourself, like you have already ingrained it in your day-to-day life, once you go back to the university or you go to your job, it will be there for you and it will carry you for the rest of your life.
Nice. And the tip I have next, which is tip number 5, is going to be find a community and be a part of that community. Once you go into the society, no matter you're in university or working, we will need to learn how to work with other human beings. And it's very important that we know how to communicate with them, how to interact in situations that maybe we didn't have to face when we're in school. For example, if you don't like this person in high school, you just don't go near them and don't work with them? What if in the company, they are kind of like your teammate, your boss? Like, how do you deal with that, right? Or you have to make friends with a client, and how do I deal with those situations? So like these interpersonal relationship is going to be very important down the line. So if you join a community you like, you can volunteer there, or you can even just kind of offer your help. Then you would have situations where you need to learn how to work with, people in real life. And that's going to be very helpful down the line.
Okay, so I think the sixth tip, and also perhaps the last one, is the university prep. So university prep, what I'm saying here is like talking about your textbooks, the community that you're going to get involved in. So if you're short on budget, perhaps see what textbooks is the course what type of textbook, what things are you going to need? Are you going to borrow it from the library? Are you going to buy it from an old bookstore? Are you going to borrow it from your friend? Or are you going to buy a completely new version? Also, just kind of dig into the university community. What clubs, what internships, what opportunities do they have offering for first year or last year students? I bet that when you enter university, everything's going to be very overwhelming. So now that we have time, maybe we just explore a little bit, not too much. Everything's going to be more real when you actually are a university student. But just knowing a little bit rather than being a completely new rookie to university, I think it's going to be really useful to feel less stressed and perhaps overwhelmed.
Yeah, maybe you can watch those like things I knew before I entered university videos.
That was not our final tip. My final tip number 7 is for me. Don't be afraid to take free work. A lot of the famous chefs started doing free work for the other famous chefs just so that they have the opportunity to work with these famous people and learn from them. Don't think about money. Maybe if you're young and like me, you are mostly motivated by money because you want to become independent, or you want to buy the Gucci shoes and post pictures on Instagram. That's not important. What is important for life is that you keep learning something new and you learn from the best. So just if you have an opportunity to work with someone like, I don't know, let's say James Cameron, or maybe you want to work with Justin Bieber, whatever, just try to find a way how you can get to work with them, even if it's for free. The money in that case shouldn't be the main criteria why you want to work with them. It's what you can learn from the people and how this experience with working with these people can set you off for the rest of your life.
Thanks for watching our video. We hope that our 7 ideas for what to do in a gap year in pandemic is going to be helpful for you, and you can actually achieve really good value out of this and make your gap year really memorable. What are some of the things that you have tried out in the gap year that you like or you don't like? Share with us in the comment section below. If you are like Kathy, who wants to learn about content creation and want to join our podcast, remember to check the sign up link in the description, and we will be in touch shortly. Last but not least, if you like our video, be sure to subscribe and follow our channel. See you next time.